welcome back to Antigua, Barbuda today, where we bring you thought-provoking conversations and insights from inspiring individuals shaping our world today. Joining us is the esteemed Priest Isaac, founder of the Priest Isaac Institute of Holistic Knowledge. He's here to discuss the much-anticipated second edition of the KIDEMI Magazine. Now, this issue dives deep into topics like the megaliths of ANU, preserving Greencastle Hill, Antigua, and the fascinating intersections of ancient astronomy and modern science. Priest Isaac, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Yes, my sister. Blessed love again, and thank you for having me.
Definitely. It's always a pleasure when you're here. We tend to get so much information on things that we're not even aware of. So it's always a pleasure to have you. Now, can you tell us about the inspiration behind creating the KIDEMI Magazine, and what does that represent?
Oh, well, thanks again. Now, actually, as you said to the audience, this is our second issue, the second edition of the magazine, KIDEMI. The first edition came out on the birthday of Marcus Messiah Garvey, the 17th of August, 2024. And this edition was officially launched on the 21st of December, but it is actually now that we are issuing it out to the public. Now, interestingly, you know, I just got the news that the current president of the United States of America,
I was going to touch on that to ask.
Pardon
him,
Marcus
yes,
Messiah
yes.
Garvey. So it's just interesting that we also are even speaking of the magazine KIDEMI, which really started off with Marcus Messiah Garvey as the forefront. But as I said, you know, or as you said, the second edition really is highlighting the megaliths of Anu, which is Antigua, Greencastle Hill. As you know, Greencastle Hill is really one of our pet projects, really from the heart chakra, where we are strong advocates for the preservation of Greencastle Hill. Greencastle Hill is a national treasure. It's even a national park right here in Antigua. And it has countless of volcanic rocks that align with the movements of the stars, align with the cosmos, align with the equinoxes, align with the solstices. And at the same time, we are actually destroying this very sacred spot, which is Greencastle Hill. But the magazine KIDEMI, which is, before you ask, is an Amharic word. It's Ethiopian Amharic. It means to go forward first, KIDEMI. So it's an ancient word. And this issue also goes into many other megalithic sites all over the world, showing you a connection with our megalithic site here in Antigua. And I'm sure you will be showing the magazine, I believe, at some time.
Yes, right there.
Okay, right. So you could get a better understanding. If you want me to give you a walkthrough, I don't want to take over your interview.
Yeah, because I need you to tell our audience what these structures represent and their significance in human history.
Oh, very good. Well, you see what that does now, it brings Antigua into the spotlight. Because what I would have done, even in the magazine, highlighting the other astronomical megalithic sites across the world, Greencastle Hill, let me slow down just a bit. I don't know how much time I have, but
go ahead.
Greencastle Hill, which is a hill that sits between Bendels and Jennings, for those who do not know, has countless of volcanic rocks that protrude out of the mountains. So in other words, you have other megalithic sites all over the world, which I highlight in the magazine, where you have the ancient Mayas and the Aztecs and other ones would have brought stones and very much, you know, engineering technique aligning with the stars.
Right.
But in Antigua, it wasn't so. The stones literally grow out of the mountain, literally, as if the hill is alive. We can prove that because the destruction of the hill has opened up the, if you want to say, cross-section of the hill, where you see all of the megaliths or the stelas coming from hundreds of feet below the earth. So we have a very unique monument here in Antigua, unlike anywhere else in the world, which we should be preserving, but yet still we are destroying it. So it has been a decade plus since I've been advocating for the preservation of Greencastle Hill.
Why do you think the preservation is so important?
Well, again, you know, even in my magazine, we highlight the grave of Governor Baldwin. the Earl of Bewdley. His grave is at the top of Greencastle Hill. He was or is a former governor of the Leeward Islands, but he was stationed here in Antigua. And he had a great love for Greencastle Hill. He understood the ancient connection with the cosmos and the rocks. Because this is a very unique thing. As I said, the pyramids in Egypt were built to align with the stars. The great walls of Zimbabwe were built to align with the stars. The temples of Lalibela in Ethiopia that were carved out of the mountain, these are megalithic sites, were built to align with the stars. Again, Greencastle Hill aligns with the stars.
Naturally.
So when Governor Baldwin now placed his grave at the top, well, he didn't place it
himself. Well, they placed him there,
he asked for that to be done, right, obviously. You know, it's because he understood the connection and the afterlife and a lot of that stuff. You may not be into that, but that's what he was into.
Right.
Now, I must say, the destruction of the hill is actually encroaching on his grave. I think it's, I don't know the legal ramifications of destroying someone's grave.
Right.
But just the whole moral aspect of it, I think, is very dim for us to destroy good old Governor Baldwin's grave. And I'm just giving a report to the nation. We are encroaching very closely
to
on that grave. Yeah.
Now, you're into the exploration of ancient astronomy and solar flares. Now, all of that in itself is very fascinating. How did these ancient practices resonate with our modern understanding of science?
Yes, thanks for that question, too, because I get the impression you got to peep through the magazine, too.
Of course. You know we have to do our homework.
Yes. There's a feature that was done on the solar maximum that we are going through right now. Anyone could do their research from, I think it was around the 11th of October. It was official that we are now in a solar maximum.
Right.
So, for example, when Puerto Rico went blackout, I think it was New Year's Day.
Yes.
I'm not sure if they found the cause as yet, but history has proven when you have a strong solar maximum, these things happen. In Quebec in 1997, there was a great blackout because of the solar flares that were released from the sun. So yes, in the magazine, what we did, we highlighted not only the science of the solar flare, but we connected it right back to Greencastle Hill again. You see, the magazine is designed in such a way where it connects different topics together in one. So that is why I showed you earlier that I highlighted the different megalithic sites all over the world. But all of these megalithic sites, including Antigua's megalithic sites, is aligned with the sun. That's why they call Antigua Sun City. You understand? Because, and you see the sun in the flag. And again, so the sun is very symbolic. I have an article in the magazine highlighting the honeybees and the sacredness of the honeybees. And at the same time, how the honeybees is connected to the movement of the sun. And then we have some special features and some guest contributors. We have Brother Alistair Thomas. He did a wonderful piece on King Court, which we know as Prince Class, really highlighting the 3rd of October as a very important day for us to highlight King Court, as well as Brother Ewart Isaac from the Benders community. He also did a wonderful piece on the history of Greencastle Hill as well. So,
before we go, of course, how does all of...
But I wanted to take you to a quick run-through so the people could at least have a quick, run-through of
through the book?
Yes, I don't know. Okay. Even in my 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, so
go
they
ahead.
can get an idea and a feel for it. When I say run-through, I know the last time I was here
they have
with
all
brother,
the pictures?
Yes, with Brother Ibis, we actually flipped through the book.
I'm not sure if they have
they don't
that.
have that
But how does the information in this edition tie into the Priest Isaac Holistic Institute?
Well, because I know we're strapped for time, too. I want to make sure everybody could get a copy of the magazine.
Yeah, of course. Yes, we'll get to that.
Because the thing is now you would have to subscribe to it.
Okay.
Now it's free. The magazine is free. The subscription is free.
Right.
Everything about it is free. We have some wonderful clients as a part of it as well. That's what I wanted to, so that people could understand how vivid the magazine is. It's a flip book. So it's fully digital, fully online.
Okay.
You know, it's very comfortable to go through.
Right.
The graphics are mighty, wonderful. And at the same time, you know, the connection that we have internationally is very serious as well. Because
so how can we subscribe to the magazine?
Yes. You could either email me, Priest Isaac Institute @gmail.com. I had to think about that for a while. Priest Isaac Institute @gmail.com, or you could WhatsApp us 728-8289, 728-8289, and we send you a copy of the magazine right away, and you get to observe it for yourself.
What's next for KIDEMI Magazine and the Priest Isaac Institute of Holistic Knowledge?
Well, that's the thing, you know, what I wanted to highlight, for example, we were finalists in 2 international film festivals for 2024 in South Africa as well as in Venice, in Italy. Now we have all intention to launch this magazine plus the next edition, which is coming out in June, in July in Ethiopia. And plus we have many different webinars, seminars, internet-wise, that we'll be doing with several universities, like Columbia University, Howard University. So the magazine is getting a lot of exposure. So people that advertise with us as well, they're getting an extra 10x boost, let's just say, on their business when they advertise with us because of the different trade shows and different marketing shows and webinars that we will be involved in internationally.
Amazing.
Promoting the magazine.
Well, thank you so much, of course, Priest Isaac, for joining us this morning and sharing all of these profound insights. Now, the second edition of KIDEMI Magazine is available now, packed with invaluable wisdom and cultural treasures. Stay tuned, everyone, as we continue to explore more inspiring stories and conversations after the break. Don't go anywhere.